And then the next fight is, okay, this one to me is a main event. The big boys. We've got Rozenstruik and Curtis Blaydes. Now, Curtis Blaydes coming off being decked by Derrick Lewis, my missus' favourite fighter, Big D, with that stupid uppercut, just looking for it the whole fight, you know. And then we know Curtis's level now. Curtis to me is like, he should be champion, but he just can't figure out not getting hit. His wrestling should be destroying most of these heavyweights. He's got like that blueprint to just sit them down on their ass and just grind them out, but he just doesn't. What he did to Overeem, for instance, sit him down, sit in a guard and just elbow him until his head snaps back. And I know it's Overeem and he's used to it, but it's you know, do you know what I mean? He's got that style that could be like, he could really cause. If Rozenstruik cannot defend this first takedown, it's going to be a long, long night for him.
Joe, do you want to go? Because I know you're a big man for Rozenstruik, and you've always been but even before he sort of hit the big time, you were sort of banging the drum for him. So, Joe, what do you reckon? Do you reckon he's got a chance to get back in there?
Yeah, I do like Rozenstruik. I think he's a good fighter. I think obviously he's had a couple of holes that have been exposed in more recent times, so clearly there's a bit to do there. But he's quite inexperienced. I think he's only had 14 fights ever, which, you know, is not a lot really. So, like you said, I agree there about Curtis Blaydes, and I think he could be a champ and should be a champ. He just does always fall at that last hurdle. I think he looking here, he won 5 in a row and then got sparked by Francis Ngannou, and then he won 4 in a row and got sparked by Derrick Lewis. So it's kind of the potential is definitely there. It's just like, you know, he gets hit and then he gets stopped against, admittedly, 2 very big punchers there, Ian Ngannou and Derrick Lewis. Rozenstruik, I don't know, he's not quite at that level. He's certainly knocked a lot of people out, so the risk is there again. But as much as I like Rozenstruik, it's difficult not to fancy Curtis, I think, in this one, because of what, you know, he could do potentially with the wrestling and the ground and pound, and that would appear to be one of Jairzinho's weaknesses. So difficult one to call. I think you've got a good set of heavyweights on the prelims as well, actually, in Abdurakhimov and Daukaus. 2 youngsters could be potentially fighting the loser of this one. But yeah, a tough one to call. I would have to back Curtis Blaydes, but if you're looking at his weakness being getting knocked out by sort of one-hit punchers, then Jairzinho is one of those as well.
Yeah, it's smart money's on Curtis, isn't it? Like all day.
Smart money, definitely.
We did the breakdown for Bladesy versus Lewis. As you said, Lewis, he's got everything to beat a fighter like Derrick Lewis. He should be winning that all day long. We said it. I don't think you'd put any pennies on Derrick Lewis to beat Curtis Blaydes because of the disparity in the grappling and one's weakness and one's strength. But he gets knocked out by this. The same with Francis twice. It could happen again with Rozenstruik, but as Joe alluded to, I think he is a bit of a step down from them lads in terms of his striking. He doesn't seem to be the same since that Francis fight as well. Seems a bit tentative, but at the same time, when I'm talking, he's only fighting animals as well. So I don't know, it's a difficult one. And when you look at, like, even Overeem dominated him for 24 minutes, was it? You know, when he got in the last few seconds, when his lip did the what's the name? People forget about that one. I did as well, just now. But getting wrestle fucked by Overeem for that long doesn't stand you in good stead when you've got Bladesy in front of you. So you've got to go with Bladesy here. I feel a bit sorry of him. He's a bit of the bridesmaid in that heavyweight division, isn't he? So it'd be good to see him get a bit of a run going.
Yeah, and both guys, as you say, have only lost, I think, twice. He's lost to Francis, Curtis Blaydes, and then 1 to Lewis. So he's lost to 2 guys ever. And then you've got Rozenstruik, who's lost to Garn, who we know now is legit, is the real deal. Again, Francis, which was that 15-second blitz where he got hit with everything. It's just crazy to watch. So, yeah, man. But the one thing I would say is Rozenstruik, I'm worried for, is he plants his feet. He's a kickboxer that doesn't move. He kind of plods along and lands heavy shots and sits down on them. And if Curtis grabs a single, he's just driving him. And he's going to go... I don't see how he defends this because he's not like a 6'4", 5" Francis size guy either. He's not like got the weight, but he's just a fat guy. He's, you know what I mean? He's a. That's how else you describe him other than a fat heavyweight. He never looks. You're not like, oh, he's come in shape, isn't he? Rozenstruik, never. He's never jacked.
No.
He's just a big dude.
It just sounds so similar to the Derrick Lewis preview.
And then he's going to get uppercutted.
Yeah.
Sod's law,
I'd say either look overweight to their face, but
no.
I get your point. They're not exactly chiseled. So, but we'll see. Who I want to win is a different matter. I don't know. It's a difficult one because it's a long way back for the loser, isn't it?
Yeah. The loser I can see facing someone like an Aspinall, like if Aspinall wins his next one, he could be easily fighting a Curtis Blaydes if he loses this. You know that Curtis would need a win, so he's going to fight someone outside of maybe a top 5, and then someone on a bit of a roll. You know, if Aspinall wins his next, he's on 5-win streak. He's going to be calling out someone. I know he wants a slow grind, but you can't keep fighting ranked 10 people for 5 fights. He'll be getting the big names. And someone like this on a losing streak, that's a big name.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think the difficult thing here is even if they win, neither of them are going to get a title shot anytime soon. There's too many names in there. Francis and Garn have got a fight. Stipe will want a fight. Jon Jones will have to have a fight at some time. Derrick Lewis is in there at number 3. Blaydes is number 4. Blaydes has already lost to Lewis and to Ngannou. So, I mean, what could Blaydes get if he wins this? Maybe a Derrick Lewis rematch, which would be okay, I suppose, and maybe fancy his chances. Rozenstruik, number 6. Again, where can he go from here? It's difficult. I think.
Just zoom, being zoom.
But yeah, it's a tough fight for either man because there's not too much reward here either way, but quite a lot of risk, as Matt says. If you do lose, it doesn't look that great.
Yeah, I agree. So you got in this one.
Division's looking class, though, isn't it? Like,
it is. It's stacked, isn't it? It's stacked.
Dinosaurs and just fighters who have just been in there. But now you're looking at him. We're talking about the loser of this one being in the. Just being nowhere near, and it's either Rozenstruik and Blaydes, who are great fighters. So, yeah, and you've got Aspinall coming through, Daukus on the undercard. Yeah, cracking division. It's looking spicy all of a sudden.
I like that. It's spicy heavyweights. Lovely. So, who's the smart money? You going Curtis?
I think I will. Yeah, it's got to be. You got to play the odds, didn't you? And that's the blueprint to beat Rozenstruik. So, yes, let's go Curtis, eh?
Yeah.
I'll go Rozenstruik. I'll go Rozenstruik. Yeah.
Good, man.
Curtis gets knocked out when he faces the real big hitters. And this will be his third. This will be his third.
Curtis is going to have to go back to somewhere, man, after this. If it does happen anyway.